History is repeating itself, but only the asset is different here. We are seeing a very nice correction towards the it's over trend line, and historical speaking, we pump after that. We can see that China is injecting $200 billion into the market before a visit of Trump, and some very important other charts we are gonna discuss in this video. But first of all, please make sure to follow me over on X to get updated throughout the day and never miss a move into crypto ever again. And please make sure to subscribe over on my YouTube channel. You will get daily update videos every single day, and you will be updated into the market every day. Also, we are discussing some very nice trade setups, so please make sure to subscribe to don't miss a trade setup in crypto ever again. Then, if we look at this, we can see that gold, of course, has been pumping all-time high after all-time high, but the pattern we have been seeing over on gold, we are currently seeing it on Bitcoin. But a really important thing to know is that we are missing a wave on Bitcoin, which gold has already got. And that will probably mean that this wave 5 will flood into Bitcoin, and that will cause for a approximately 400,000 Bitcoin here, which is huge. If we compare these setups, we can see number one, it was a consolidation top range. That is exactly what we have been seeing on gold as well. Number two was the lower side of the range. Number two is the lower side of the range for gold here. Then we pumped towards the upside and we created resistance right over here and rejected towards the downside. That's number three on gold. That's exactly what we have been seeing on Bitcoin as well. Then number four was a break of that resistance line, a retest. And that is number four. That is exactly what we have been seeing here on Bitcoin as well, which creates number four. And number five for gold was the expansion towards the upside. And that is exactly where Bitcoin is right now. Wave number five is the expansion towards the upside. And that is exactly what I'm expecting here, that Bitcoin could go up towards approximately $220,000. We are in an expansion phase right now and everyone is in fear. But if we look at this chart, this is a really important chart. We can see that in the past we have some dumps in towards this bull market. But every single dump, we have been dumping towards one of these white lines, and I call them the it's over line. Why? Because every single time we dump towards a white line, white trend line here, everyone is screaming it's over. But that's exactly the point that market makers wants to make here. And every single time we tap one of those lines, the price will go up and bounce from off that line. And right now, we have been touching that white line once again, the it's over line, and we have been seeing people screaming it over and over again. It's over. But that is exactly what we have been seeing in the past, and we all know what happened when we were at the it's over line. We pumped towards new all-time high afterwards. So this is a really good sign for Bitcoin. We are holding support on a very important line. People are getting in fear, and that's exactly what the market makers want, and that is eventually when Bitcoin will pump, because when everyone is in fear and don't want to buy and screams it's over, that is exactly the moment when the price will go up, because not everyone can make money into crypto, and if everyone is in fear to buy Bitcoin, that is exactly what the market makers want, because they literally can push the price really easy. So this is a really good sign. Also, if we break towards the downside, we have some second line below it. That is also something. If we manage to support there, that is also really bullish. Also, we have other side of these lines. If we break towards the downside, then we have a real confirmation that we will get into a bear market. But right now, we are supporting on it right over here. So there is nothing to talk about the bear market right now. Then also what we can see is that China is dropping $200 billion into the market before the Trump visit that is on Thursday, which is a really good sign because if they know they're gonna discuss something that is really, really bad, that will mean that the markets will dump. China is not going to put their money into the market if they know there will be negative news and the markets will dump. So this is a really good indicator that probably what they will discuss is bullish for the market, and obviously it's very bullish for risk assets like Bitcoin. So we can expect a really nice pump here next week. Also, if we look at Bitcoin on a lower time frame, we can see that we are creating resistance on the top side and support on the lower side, and we are squeezing towards an edge point right here. We can trade this in two ways. We want to see a breakout. I don't want to trade in this compression zone because price doesn't know what he wants to do here. So we can trade this towards the upside. If we get a clear break towards the upside, retest old resistance, flip it into support, we can long this market and we can get a very nice trade over on Bitcoin. But if we break towards the downside, we can short this one also towards the downside, of course. So please keep an eye on this pattern as well. There are two scenarios that you can play into. But right now, want to be seeing what Bitcoin will do here because for now it's very uncertain for Bitcoin. And if you want to trade Bitcoin over on WeX, please make sure to click the link in the description. You will get very, very good fees, one of the best fees into the crypto market. You will get a deposit bonus if you are depositing throughout that link. And if you registered with that link, you can trade Bitcoin like this and make some really nice profits in crypto. Then Ethereum is unfolding a accumulation Wyckoff phase. This pattern, sorry. And right now we have been in phase E, and phase E is the expansion phase for Ethereum. We can see that we are currently unfolding a perfect Wyckoff accumulation here. And Wyckoff is very important because they will take people out of the market, trick people into the market, etc., etc. So it is probably a bit an ask game, and they will kick people out of the market who are in fear, and that is exactly the moment when price will rise. That is exactly what we have been seeing in phase C. We can see that we were in a range, we took everyone out, and that is where the real move begins. And right now we can see that I have drawn this whole pattern over on the chart, and we can see that phase D was when the SOS started. We got that move towards the downside to trick everyone. We see the last phase happening right now, and that will mean that in phase E, Ethereum will pump towards the upside. And I really think with this schematic, a $7,000 Ethereum is really in the making here, and that will be huge for all the Ethereum holders. So please keep an eye on Ethereum as well, because this is one of the best things you can see on the Ethereum chart here. Also on the lower time frame, we can see that also the price is squeezing on Ethereum. We are coming towards the edge point. For now, no trades. We want to be seeing a clear breakout towards the upside or towards the downside. Of course, it is weekend right now, so the volatility is quite low. So don't want to get tricked into a trade here, but please keep an eye on what price is doing here with this support and resistance line. Also, what we can see on Ethereum is that we are creating a triple bottom, which is usually a very bullish sign for the price. But also with here, I want to see a breakout towards the upside before we can confirm those triple bottoms here. So please keep an eye on Ethereum as well. If we look at the ETF inflows of Ethereum, and that is something you really want to keep in mind, is that we can see that over the past few weeks, we have seen a outflow of the Ethereum ETFs. And of course, what we can see is when Ethereum price pumped towards the upside, the Ethereum inflows were very, very high. And that is exactly what you want to be seeing for a big pump. And right now, we are not seeing any accumulation in the last few days. We are seeing a outflow of the ETF, and that is something you really want to keep an eye on as well, because if the outflows will be way bigger than the inflows, eventually the price of Ethereum will dump. So I am looking on this on-chain data right over here, because I want to be seeing these Ethereum ETF inflows align with the price before seeking for the next leg towards the upside. And if we see it, we can see a Ethereum price easily towards the 6 and 7k. But for now, I'm keeping my eye on this ETF inflow, of course, to catch the next leg towards the upside. That was it for today's video. Please make sure to follow me over on X, and please make sure to subscribe over on my YouTube channel to never miss something into crypto ever again. And then I will see you tomorrow by a brand new Crypto Daily Update video.